We're on scene tonight with police in Gilroy, California, showing the dangers that officers face across the country. It starts with a 911 call from a man wanted for attempted murder.
They told me to contact you guys, that you guys are looking for me or whatever from right here.
Who told you to contact us?
I don't know.
You don't know who told you to contact us? Are you drunk or high right now?
I'm drunk and high.
Are you armed at all?
Oh, no. You know I'm not. I would be calling you guys if I was.
Police went to the post office where the suspect, David Lopez, said he would turn himself in. But as an officer pulled up to the curb, Lopez showed his true intention.
Shots fired.
Lopez fired at the officer, hitting her patrol vehicle. She took cover and shot back at Lopez. The gun Lopez was using malfunctioned, so he pulled out a second handgun and kept firing as a sergeant arrived.
Still in front of the post office. He's hunkered down.
Let me get around you.
As Lopez pointed his gun at the sergeant, the officer already at the scene fired 2 shots, hitting Lopez once and killing him. Both of his guns were recovered at the scene. No officers were injured. The incident remains under investigation. Joining me is retired NYPD officer Jillian Snider, an adjunct professor at John Jay College of Criminal Justice in New York. Thanks for coming back on the show. Appreciate it. All right, so take me through this from an officer's perspective, particularly from the perspective of the sergeant, who's the second one to arrive after shots have already been fired at that first officer.
Well, I want to say thank you for having me on again. And I want to just point out that the dispatcher in this case did an amazing job getting as much information as he could to relay to the officers. So they did know
you know what?
That's
a great point. You know what? We don't give enough of a shout out to the dispatchers a lot of the time for the great work they do. Thank you for pointing that out. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Oh, no, I just want to say they're officers' lifeline a lot of the times, and they don't, as you said, they don't get as much credit as they need. But in this case, the officer knew that they were going to see a suspect who had called himself in, knowing that the police were looking to talk to him. So he probably knew that he was wanted. And upon approach, the officer did give, and you could hear it in the body cam footage, she did give explicit instruction for him to lay down in the prone position. He immediately fired upon her vehicle. That officer was so quick. She remained so composed. She jumped out of her car. She took concealment, which is when we use our car and our door to kind of slice the pie in order to be able to return fire at our target. And then she went to the back of the vehicle and she was able to get cover. So in her mind, as she's seeing the sergeant approach, that sergeant, all he's probably hearing is gunshots. He's not knowing what's going on. And she immediately, that officer, again, very composed, very articulate, said to dispatch, shots fired, I'm returning fire. I mean, she kept her cool and she did an amazing job.
Let me play that again as the suspect shoots at her, because I think I missed a little bit of what you pointed out there. Let's listen to that again.
Fire, shots fired.
Now, again, the critical point here is the sergeant keeping her distance, right? I mean, if she gets too close too early, she's putting herself in much graver danger real quick.
You never want to run up on someone who's actively shooting on you. Your immediate reaction is to retreat, take some cover. You need time, cover, and concealment in a shooting situation. So this officer did everything by the book, well-trained tactically, was able to walk away unscathed, thank God. And, you know, at the end of the day, she should just be thankful for her tactics.
Jillian Snider, thank you so much for coming on the show. That does it for us. Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.